Alright, we'll make sure game sound's on. I think it should be now. Let me know if that's worked. And yes, looking good with the overlay for Nass versus Joreuz. Now this, I think, is a matchup that's happened one time in the past on Fear's channel. And if I'm not mistaken, Joreuz was the winner of their first meeting. Joreuz has been in good ones form recently. He's been putting a ton of time into Rocket League in preparation for the World Championship. His team Oxygen did not have the best of splits. In fact, they had a very disappointing split in the spring, failing to qualify for the spring major. But that's not deterred him. It's not deterred Oxygen from preparing as much as they can for the upcoming World Championship. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the wildcard, I'm sure. Nass, meanwhile, if you've been paying attention to my channel recently, before I went on my holiday that I just got back from, he was absolutely killing it. He was incredible against the French in 2v2s. So I'm not really sure who I should be favoring in this one. I think, honestly, my gut feeling is that Nass should have the edge, but this is maybe a little bit of a cheating prediction by me, because Joreuz told me he's been playing 12 hours of Rocket League today. So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty hard for him to keep up his absolute A game for an entire best of 5 after playing for 12 hours. Okay, I think this is probably a good time as ever to get a prediction up and running. It's 1-1. I'll go ahead and do that for you guys right now. You can kind of cheat if you want. If you want to save your points until later in this game, that's up to you. I'm expecting to see lots of like votes being added as this one progresses. I'm going to put it up for a minute. The score is now 2-1 in favor of Nass. So who's going to win the best of 5? That's the question. You guys have got a minute to decide right now. Yeah, good to be back. I've been away for, well, how many days have it been now, actually? Let me just count. I've been away for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. I was away for 10 days total. But I'm back now. And I'm going to be looking to stream as much as I can between now and leaving for the World's Wildcard. And you never know, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll be able to snipe some matches at the Wildcard itself. Or even at the World Championship. We'll have to wait and see. So I was able to snag a streaming PC at last year's Wildcard. Get some 1v1 show matches live from the venue. Always do love to do that. Now, thanks everybody subbing right now. I'm going to catch up with you guys later. Now, let's see how this game is going to progress. Very back and forth so far. Nass looking like he's brought his form from the 2v2s recently against France into this match. A real snap to his gameplay recently. I've been loving the pace, the aggression from him. I think that these two really been in phenomenal form as of late. Joining the ranks at the top of the EU server in 1. Sorry, is looking to make a save there, but only able to put it into his own goal. Nass has forced him to steer a little bit alongside the ball, a little bit closer than he wanted to. He wanted to get a bigger run up there. Yeah, shout out again to all of you guys subbing, really appreciate that. Now, we'll do shout outs later. If you miss the shout out because you have to go, then you can check the VOD. They'll be right after the match. Oh, what a save by Nass. He's actually landed outside of his goal as well there. Brilliant defense by him. Now looking to add to his 2-goal lead with a high-flying aerial play. This gone underneath Joreuz, who's going to land on the back wall and make the save anyway. And now let's see how this ball's going to bounce. That's very favourable. That's in the net. Well, what a turnaround. It looked like Nass had pulled out a brilliant mind game to go up by 3. Now suddenly, out of nowhere, it's Joreuz back within 1. Not the best challenging angle there by Nass. Not entirely sure what you had in mind there. Looking at it on the replay, didn't make a lot of sense to be coming in from that angle. Of course, sometimes pros are looking to almost lose a 50-50 so hard that they end up winning it. If you win a kickoff hard enough, sometimes you lose possession because the ball bounces off both walls and goes right to your opponent. Full pitch air dribble attempted here by Nass off the ground. Flip reset is there. Joreuz pre-jumps to save it, and he's kept back corner boost control off the back of that as well. The weird landing on the reset there from Joreuz actually had him jumping off the ball and giving a free goal to Nass. I think that one might have looked a bit weird on Joreuz's car based on the fact that he just stopped moving here. Did I see the Reddit post about Zen 1v4 pros with boost, no boost? I would love to do that. He says, did he flip? I think you jumped off the ball. But yeah, on his screen, no doubt, Joreuz looked like he flipped there. I had a feeling that he might be typing something because he just stopped moving all of a sudden. It was right after one of those weird flip reset positions. Nice work by Nass. What's a recovery to go up by 3 here? Been in pristine form. That's such an incredibly difficult shot to save. Placing it well enough that he can easily recover and put it in as well. Joreuz reading the fake kickoff, actually gets one back. He wave dashed the ball, probably had another flip. Yeah, I think no, he jumped. So yeah, he did that, and then I think he jumped off the ball. But probably on his screen, well, I mean, he's asking, did I flip? Because on his screen, he definitely flipped. So he's asking, did he flip on anyone else's screens, basically. Yeah, it didn't look like he got a flip off. His car just jumped downwards and kind of air rolled forwards. So it looked like the game only registered a jump. Yeah, that's usually why. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have all done that yourself. It's actually brilliant copium. It's a brilliant excuse to use if you want to convince your teammates in ranked. Obviously, you need to be in voice with them for this to work. Yeah, you know, if you mess up any kind of move, just be like, whoa, did I flip on your guys' screens? 10 out of 10 excuse. Everybody in your team's just going to be like, no, you just jumped past the ball. You're like, what? Really? I jumped? No way. Oh, wow. On my screen, I flipped. I promise. We've all been there. We're all lying. I think Joreuz is probably telling the truth. And he's back within a goal. Again, Joreuz looking for the bump on Nass, who was well aware of it. Good dodge by Nass. Now, he shoots the 7th goal in. This is all about the awareness for Nass. Joreuz was looking to bump him way into a sap. There, this little brake check dodges the bump that would have sent him flying and possibly had him conceding a goal, actually. Nass, the tidy boost steal, puts himself in a massively advantageous position. Joreuz did not have the boost to advance. Still not panicking, though. He's got plenty of time left. No need to panic when you're down by 2 goals in 1v1 with this much time to go. In fact, Nass has backed off. I don't think he realized just how low Joreuz boost was getting, but the flick from Joreuz lackluster. Looking to turn around quickly. Nass with the goal side approach, more than ready for it. Joreuz staying active here, waiting for that mid boost to respawn. Now the quick turnaround comes in. He'll need a reset if he wants to put this past Nass. Can't get one. I think mid boost will be defended by Nass indeed. He can put the game beyond all doubt by just killing some time here. But he'll go for another goal anyway, and he gets it with a late flick. Fakes high, goes low, confirms the game 1 win. Let me quickly catch up since we're confirmed with the result for game 1. Tweaker Cam, thanks to the 3-month tier 1, 75-month tier 1 from Snosbury's. Welcome back. Day 2,281 of subscribing, he says. And Joreuz fan, it would seem, based on that message. Not the result you were hoping for in game 1, I'm sure. Looking good though. I like what I'm seeing from both of these guys. It's exactly the level I was expecting coming into today. They're both in very good form. Boom Shakalaka, thanks to 22-month tier 1, 21-month prime from Grumpy Kiz. New York with the brand new prime. Miguel SE7 with the 27-month tier 1. Moha with a 4-month prime. I think we got 5 more here. West Ham are massive with the 2-month prime. 20-month tier 1 from Bruno. Glenneth with a 9-month prime. That goal's for you. Even Joreuz giving a compliment to Nass for this one. Let's take a look at his POV. Ceiling double, flip reset, and a well-placed shot as well. My word. Nass is getting mechanical. Swift Illegal next to the 83-month tier 1. He says he's never lied to a teammate a single time in his life. I think that might be a lie in itself. And as well, Rare KS with the 2-month prime. Welcome back to the channel. Now, if Nass can continue his current level, I think Joreuz is going to have a tricky time. It's like I said earlier, he's been playing. He told me he's been playing Rocket League for 12 hours today, and he didn't tell me that as some kind of pre-copium. He just wanted to let me know that if he falls asleep with the keyboard, he falls asleep with the controller, I should say, that's why. But Nass is looking very, very tough to beat right now. Tried to stay tight to the ball in that turn there so that Joreuz wouldn't be able to get any kind of challenge in. Joreuz was able to advance. Oh, it's actually dipped in. Nass thought he was hitting the bar, but it's actually just gone in. Joreuz with a very slow flick on target. Popped into the air by Nass. He thought he was coming off the backboard, maybe the post from that angle, and it's just got in his own top corner. Very unfortunate from Nass. Looks like he might get the goal back. It's a direct goal from the inside kickoff. Huge win on the inside by Nass. Joreuz looking to push it around that same angle. Nass closes the door. Joreuz pre-jumped his excuses. Now I promise you, the context. I don't want to give the full context really, because he you know, just wanted to let me know before the game. But no, it wasn't a pre-jump excuse. That's all I'll say. Oh, nice mind game by Nass. Whoa, Joreuz almost bumped Nass away from this. If Nass had preemptively flipped, he might have missed the ball right here. If he flips, he probably would have missed that. But he waited just to make sure. And then he timed his flip to perfection, 3-1. If you're wondering why Joreuz is getting mind game there, it's because Nass has already sent the ball into the top shelf with several mid-air shots. When your opponent's doing that, time and time again, you have to respect it. You have to cover the high angle. Perfect catch now from Nass as he looks to set up the sidewall dribble. Joreuz shuts that one down. Here's a tight angle rebound for him, goes wide. This is the safer side to miss the shot from, if you're wondering. Which side should you be aiming towards from tight angle shots in 1v1? You want to go for the far post generally, because at least then you can seal the boost. Joreuz didn't get it that time. You can usually seal the boost on your exit. This is a smart little change of sides here from Joreuz. Missed the boost in the back corner, but he did not want to leave himself open for a back corner demo. So he's taking the ball across the pitch there. Some very smart maneuvering of the play. And a nice flick as well after Nass failed his little redirect rebound. Put himself within a goal. Any food recommendations in Glasgow? You need to be more specific. What kind of... Oh, okay, Joreuz very close to hitting the bar on that one, but he gets his third goal in. You got to tell me like a cuisine. What do you like? What kind of food do you like? If you're a foodie and you just like everything, then what would I recommend? Glasgow. What do you have to get? I mean, if you're not from the UK, then probably what would be a nice Scottish meal for you? If you like your seafood, there's a lot of good seafood restaurants. A lot of fresh fish, but that's actually type 1 in chat if you like seafood too. If you don't, let's see. Let's do a quick head count. Oh, that nice pass from Joreuz there. Nass gladly accepts the 1 goal donation. Not the contact Joreuz really wanted there in offense. Actually, okay, looks like most of you guys do like seafood. That's impressive. I thought we were going to get a sea of 2s. And that's just that question. I recently went to... Okay, anyone in Glasgow? I went to Crab Shack recently. I was very impressed with the fish there. Oh, well played. Now that is such a smart play by Nass. It's so simple, but so effective. Joreuz has no boost. Nass knows that. Joreuz is trying to turn aggressively with no boost, but Nass is so ready for him just to pop the ball into the middle, just centering it to himself. You really do not see that play very often in 1v1. Why do I hide the chat? Oh, you're right, it's off. I totally forgot to turn it back on. Thanks for reminding me. I didn't mean to do that, actually. I had the chat off for a recording earlier, but I completely forgot to turn it back on again, so sorry about that. I know for a couple of YouTube videos recently, the chat has not been visible on screen. But yeah, that's not intended. I did mean to have that on, so yeah, thank you for that. I know some of you guys probably prefer the chat off, some of you prefer it on. It's just personal preference at the end of the day, but I like to have it on because I just prefer watching along with Twitch chat when I watch YouTube videos on other channels, so decided to put it on my channel as well, so you guys watching on VOD can still feel like you're watching it with the rest of the audience. So Joreuz has Nass in a bit of a pickle here, but an in and out save will get him out of it. Nass going a bit too high over the mid boost. Dodges the back corner demo though. Nass has been difficult to hit with those demos this whole series. Again, gets away from Joreuz with boost to spare. Nass very confident with his long-range air dribbles today. It's important there that Joreuz got a bump on him. He didn't get the ball, but he got Nass, and he'll tie the game off the back of this. Now, if Joreuz is going to continue to pre-jump like this, he needs to keep making contact with Nass or the ball. That time he got Nass. The ball bounced into a favourable position, but I honestly think Nass should keep it playing in the air because it looks very, very difficult to defend for Joreuz right now. I think both players should keep the aerial game up. Nass wanting to set up the boost seal, couldn't go for it. Joreuz had full control of the back corner. He loses control with it. Fancy flick setup. Nass mid boost control, back corner boost control. No ball control though. Joreuz gets it off him. He gets it past him, and surely. Oh no, he can't get it in. It's a save from Nass. Joreuz did it too slowly, and Nass got the post pinch save. Now Joreuz off the sidewall in the closing seconds. Fake ceiling challenge by Nass. Now he goes back down to the ground. Joreuz did not fall for it though, and it's Nass for the goal line save. Oh my goodness, well that was pretty close. Joreuz can't believe it. Nass has survived, and now he's going to take the first possession in overtime. He actually gets tripped up well. That was dangerous by Joreuz, but it worked out well. I think if Nass had flipped, he might have just hit Supersonic and been able to demo Joreuz, but Joreuz is just waiting. Able to block him on the landing. More physical play. Joreuz had enough boost to make that possible. And now Nass has full control again. His flick could have been better. Also, a bit mistimed there from Nass. If he was trying to trip up Joreuz after he landed from the challenge, well, he got him eventually. He did catch up. Not the first try. Another ground to air dribble from Nass. Now, these use a lot of boost. He's been scary with them, and he will be this time as well. Joreuz got the pre-jump as a defensive strategy. Nass goes so high with the first touch. That reset actually wasn't even needed. He just leaned into the ball one more time to lift it over Joreuz. A little bit of a bump as well. Nass goes up 2-0. My goodness, what a streak he's on stream right now. Between the 2v2s before and the 1v1s now. Do you know if any of the players have made it to Dusseldorf yet? Yeah, quite a lot of the teams are in Dusseldorf. I think all the wildcard teams are probably already over there. And I think some of the Worlds, I think most of the teams that are already qualified to Worlds are going to be going later. I don't know. I don't know if FaZe are already there. Gen G are not. Rule 1 are not. Then you've got Secret as well. I think not Secret. Sorry, NIP. I don't think NIP are there. NIP there? Oh, Arcade. Yeah, you're still mud. Congratulations. And that's actually got a flip off that. My goodness. The flip that he just got would have been very hard to see from Joreuz POV, but Joreuz respected it nonetheless. I think that's a smart thing to be doing with how well Nass has played today. Joreuz coming in for a high flying play. Used all his boost for that one. Joreuz going with the Team Liquid decal today. I'm a big fan of the Team Liquid decals personally. No hashtag ad. I just like them. Oh my goodness, what a play. Nass catches a top corner flick on the back wall and just takes the possession for himself. Joreuz probably thinking with a flick like that, okay, at least I'm going to get something off of this. Nass might mess up his save. He might lose control. Might land in his net. Nope, Nass just collects it on the back wall, no problem. And again, looking for that mid-air flick. This one's also failed. Well, he's tried that twice this game. Neither time it has worked. Joreuz thought about slow rolling perhaps, but a 1-goal lead. Just takes the goal first try. Arrival date to Dusseldorf 31st. That's yeah, arrival date for Dusseldorf is 31st, I think, for most of the teams, if not all of them. But a lot of them are already in Europe. Maybe did I say they're already in Dusseldorf? Yeah, I meant Europe. Sorry. Most of the wildcard teams, if not all of them, are already in Europe. But I think various parts of Germany and Europe itself. Quick transition here from Joreuz. Easily fast enough. Yeah, so actually not the most simple takeoff here. You've got to get that first touch right. That's a very, very impressive first touch by Joreuz, actually, to get that much power on target. Made the second touch a whole lot easier for himself. Probably took away a lot of stress. A little wave dash from Joreuz. After the first wave dash, he got a couple back-to-back here. Did he delay the kickoff as well? He did. It's a delayed wave dash kickoff there from Joreuz. Yeah, shout out again all you guys subbing mid-series here. I'll catch up to you either between games or after this one. Now, after this, in fact, I can announce we do have another show match planned. Going to get Mizixi against Toxic, which is another revenge match. Nass is about to get his revenge on Joreuz if he can keep up this game streak that he's on. Toxic looking to avenge his loss to Mizixi, which was also, I think, a qualifier for one of Fierce tournaments. I forget exactly which one, but yeah, a couple of rematches today, but matchups that I've yet to have on my own stream. Nass versus Zen soon. Honestly, that would be, yeah, it's a deserved match at this point, how well he's playing. I think that, you know, the list of players that want to play Zen has always been a long one, but yeah, Nass has put himself very close to the top of that list with his recent level that he's had. You know, players like First Killer as well, really in fine form in North America. I know there's plenty of players who like a second chance at Zen as well. Mizixi Spanish? No, he's from Saudi Arabia. MZXY, Mizixi. I don't know if that's how the Arabic casters pronounce his name, but that's always how I've said it. Well, Joreuz with a pretty easy low 50 there. Nass came flying in very high for the challenge. Yeah, very high indeed. Joreuz could see that one a mile away. Am I going to be doing some show matches on LAN? I definitely want to. I'd love to do some show matches on LAN. I'm going to need to most likely do them. So in Dallas, we... Oh, wow. Nass actually looks like he got the same kind of failed flip as Joreuz did at the start of the series there. Yeah, in Dallas we did them at the end of wildcard days, but in the Central European summertime time zone, I'll probably only be able to do that if we get matches before RLCS starts. And that's a bit more tricky because before RLCS starts there's rehearsals. Sometimes, you know, got to get makeup on to do early segments. So I'm not sure. I'll try, but I can't make any promises this time around because I don't know if there will be streaming setups there. And I also haven't seen my content schedule. Quick look there from Nass to see if Joreuz is pre-jumping. He is. A ceiling height pre-jump from Joreuz again. He's actually missed the boost steal here, though. That's big for Nass as he's headed in that direction. Tidy half flip from Nass to cover the early shot from Joreuz. Nass always using that camera look down to keep an eye on his opponent. It's the most useful direction to check when you're underneath the ball. You can just throw the camera down briefly. You can often see where your opponent is. This is going to be a very nice bounce for Nass to play with here. He just shoots it first time, though. That's a nice switch up by Nass. Joreuz has saved it, but that will discourage Joreuz's pre-jumps. So with a big bounce like that, Joreuz must have been thinking there's a good chance Nass plays this one into the air. And Nass did not play it into the air. Will Joreuz stop the pre-jumps? No, he won't. This time ceiling challenge. Rushes in. Continues to dominate this third game. Nass has had plenty of chances to start off his attack from his own half of the field, but it's all starting to fall apart now. Joreuz reads him again, and Nass just not doing enough here. As he goes up 7-3. Nass with the forfeit. That's going to be GG's. Yeah, simple ceiling challenge for Joreuz. You could actually see there that Nass had completely missed the ball. And we're going into game 4. No sweep on the cards. Thanks to Bull Senior for the 8-month tier 1, by the way. 85-month tier 1 from Toowoomba and a 76-month tier 3 from Vacanis. Those are insane streaks today. Thanks so much, guys. It may be Cal with the 18-month prime, Eula with the 41-month prime, and the brand new prime for Freedom Enjoyer. Welcome, guys, to the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's entertainment. This series, based on the quality of the games that we've seen, I think it makes a lot of sense that we're not going to be watching a sweep. I like that we're not going to be seeing a sweep right now because it wouldn't have told a really accurate story of the series if Nass had got the sweep win there. So happy Joreuz got one on the board, but can he keep that going? It's been the low 50s from Joreuz. The wave dash challenges on kickoffs that's really kept him in this game. Going low in attack and then going high in defense has been the name of the game for Joreuz. Nass, meanwhile, he's been second-guessing his aerial offense in that third game. Joreuz defense leveled up, but now Nass muscles Joreuz off the ball. Let's see, will he play for the off-the-ball play again? He will, with a ceiling recovery. Now that's an efficient setup. Nass fakes the first play, bumps Joreuz, but the ball's not on target, so bit of a misplay, but not the only one. Joreuz also messes it up, and Nass will get the goal anyway. So Nass completely blundered that. He got the bump. Then Joreuz thought Nass was about to play the ball into defense and tried to go one step ahead of him with an interception. It never panned out. Nass just turned around and put the ball in the net. Yeah, Joreuz there and trying to get one step ahead of Nass, dribbling the ball back into his own half, which would have looked very, very smart if it worked, but one of those plays looks smart if it works and looks like just complete idiocy if it doesn't. Yeah, I like the switch up from Nass, so he's played so many high shots that actually just faking one and then going for a bump, it would have worked if he just got the shots on target. Oh, what a shot by Joreuz that is. Nass with the compliment in the quick chat. And these guys have been pretty selective about what shots they compliment each other for. Nass just giving Joreuz credit for that perfectly struck shot into the top corner from the ground. And Nass, I think, intelligently bringing that one down. Would have been quite difficult to get the ball up in the air efficiently. Joreuz has got a very efficient takeoff here. Pre-jump by Nass. Covers the basic air dribble. Basic for Joreuz, of course. Counter-attack lands. 2-1 Nass in game 4. Should mention, by the way, after tonight's second show match, we will have an episode of the Shotcast, and our guest is to be confirmed. So, if you guys have got any suggestions, drop them in chat right now. I'll see if there's a general consensus, and who knows, maybe maybe we can make that happen. Is Joreuz just on goal? No, not quite. He saves it just in case on the goal line. I've said this a lot in the past, but I'll say it again, just in case we've got any new viewers to the stream or the videos today. One of the ways you can tell if a player is feeling good about their gameplay is just how hard they hit the ball when they're shooting. When somebody's really on point, their simple aspects of their game tend to shine. Joreuz had a lot of snap to his shots in these last couple of games. Nass at the start of this series had the same thing. It looked like any time he wanted power, he had it at his disposal. As we've gone further into this series, it looks like the balance of power is swinging more towards Joreuz. Nass has got to try stop him before it's too late, but he's not stopped him in this play. Joreuz with a quick recovery off the inside of the post. Puts it into Nass's goal before Nass can react. Yeah, it looks like Nass just completely underestimated Joreuz's recovery there. He did not realize Joreuz was landing so cleanly on the inside of the post. Of course, by then he had a wave dash at his disposal. Quickly accelerate towards the ball. I think Joreuz can get back to the top now that he's full-time Rocket League. I definitely do. I think Joreuz has got some incredible natural talent for the game. And obviously that has been challenged recently with the rise of all the young mechanical players, but he's full-time now, no longer having to multitask high school and Rocket League. And this is a chance for Joreuz to prove that he still is that guy. Not of course this show match. I mean, this streak of events that he's going to have as a full-time Rocket League player. Joreuz not expecting the ball to bounce off the inside of the post there, got a bit in trouble. And that is an open net miss technically for Nass. He could have just scored that without any difficulty. Joreuz watching the replay back, probably trying to see what on earth happened with that bounce. Not what he's expecting. What a impressive grind Joreuz has been on. Often criticised at some points during his career for not playing enough, not having enough hours in the game. I know I've mentioned myself that his hours have never been the most impressive compared to the true grinders. And he has been absolutely putting in the work in the run-up to the World Championship, and that's just wonderful to see. Himself, Archie, and Ixo did not have the spring split that they wanted. Obviously, I referred to that earlier, but I think they really could be one of the teams to just completely dominate the competition in the wildcard. We saw it from the European wildcard teams last season. Semper, Karmikort, both 3-0 in the wildcard. think Semper surprised a lot of people by going 3-0 on the wildcard. Oxygen could do the same thing. You never know with such a swingy team as they are. But if Joreuz' grind is being replicated by his teammates, then they're going to be a force to be reckoned with for the entire competition. So, minute and 3 left. Game 4. Joreuz looking for the reverse sweep here. Just tidied up his gameplay a little bit, and he's shut down Nass' high-flying offense that had him in trouble earlier on. Joreuz with the boost steal. Attacking off the back corner here. Almost able to fly into a dunk and a goal. He'll have to settle for boost control, which is actually a big win. He pit maneuvered Nass off the mid boost. That brings an end to one attack. Now Joreuz in front of the ball. Nass has to be careful there. And he was sitting back just in case Joreuz was going to fly in front of the ball and bump him. Speaking of, that's exactly what Nass has done here. After a very interesting exchange, notice that Joreuz actually allowed himself to get bumped there so that he could get some speed with a wave dash landing. And that actually just created enough space for Nass to get the air dribble bump set up, and it lands. How's this bounce for Nass? He decides to play for the boost. Joreuz clears big to the midfield. Key that he got that ball over the top of Nass. That allows him to close the distance, grab as many small pads as he can for the incoming aerial attack, which is now upon him. Nass with a perfectly placed shot. Oh my goodness, from Joreuz' POV, this just looks impossible to read. Nass collects the reset and then effortlessly pops it into the top corner. That is perfect placement to tie the game with just 14 seconds left. Nass a goal away from winning now, with a 3-1 scoreline, and the possession will be his in what could be the last attacking play of regulation. He shoots it first time. Joreuz reads it, and he saves the follow-up shot, but now it's an even more dangerous position. Nass with boost, Joreuz with none. It's going to be Nass going low, saved by Joreuz. Nass compliments him in the quick chat for what was an impressive defensive stand. A very awkward position. Right back into Nass pressure hill. Another strong kickoff. Joreuz pathing over small pads just as he did as overtime loomed. Nass adding a lot more ground shots to his game from the midfield here. Wants to catch Joreuz pre-jumping. It hasn't happened for a while, and Joreuz skips past him to win 7-6. He was under pressure at the end of regulation, under pressure at the start of overtime, but it's Joreuz baiting the pre-jump from Nass and then sliding the ball right past him. We're going to game 5. Fender Strats, thanks for the 17-month tier 1, by the way. 25-month prime from Soul 16. Welcome back to you as well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the last time that these two played, it was game 5 Joreuz for the win. I don't remember what the order of the wins were in those series. Don't remember if it was a reverse sweep, but if he could do this again to Nass, in the form that Nass has had recently, Joreuz is going to be pretty chuffed with himself. You can just tell that all these pre-jumps have really made Nass perhaps overthink his offensive strategy. He was just going full confidence, full send at the start of this series, and for the most part, it was working. But then Joreuz decided to just match that and defend with an equivalent amount of aggression. And all of a sudden, it's Joreuz who's been in control. Not a lot of boost on this play. Joreuz wants the boost steal. Nass wants the bigger prize, and he gets it. 2-0. Careless by Joreuz there. Nass managed his boost very well after that kickoff. Look, he needs that boost that he had to get back to the ball in time. Very convincing fake kickoff there by Nass. He's got Joreuz in a bit of trouble again. Wants the low 50-50. In fact, just fades away from it completely. Did not try and force that one through. Oh, that's a nice turnaround by Nass. Joreuz sends it long again. Nass going to try and redirect this off his own backboard, but not getting a lot of distance on these. Tried 2 this series. Has not worked out. Very grounded play by Nass. He's a changed man since earlier in the series, but I think necessary changes to adapt to Joreuz. He gets caught in the midfield. That's Joreuz' first goal of the ace match. Nass has to be so careful. Joreuz has got full confidence now. Kickoff diversity keeping Nass in a dominant position. Oh, what a shot. Joreuz wanted the shot towards the far post. And he got what he was hoping for, but not the end result. I mean, he's showing Nass the top corner there. If you're showing Nass the top corner, you better be ready to save the top corner, because that's where the ball's headed. Joreuz just staying in the midfield there. That denies Nass the mid boost. Just Joreuz's presence in the midfield forces Nass to make a touch and almost guarantees possession for Joreuz. Nass played for the boost after the kickoff. It would have been a free shot on net for the Dutchman. Joreuz with shadow defense. Free flipping into his defensive corner, but Nass hoovering up all the boosts on the way here. Just wanted to make sure to cover the goal in case that ball bounced on target. That's not the play Joreuz was hoping for. He's trying to kick that ball a little bit more vertically. This is absolutely fine for Nass in the back corner. More than fine with the boost respawning at the perfect time. Now here he goes in the hunt for 4-1. Not a bad try. In fact, great result for him again as he steals every boost on this side of the pitch. Joreuz taking that inside line though. Notice Joreuz not chasing Nass down the line. He just drives over the small pads on the slightly inside lane. It's a great way to keep your boosts a lot higher than your opponent would expect. Nass might underestimate just how much Joreuz has gone. Oh my goodness. You might underestimate this kind of flick as well. Because how on earth do you see that one coming? Joreuz catches it with the tail end of the car and shoots it at the near post. Nass really expecting a ball to go over his head there. Maybe far post, top corner, but not the near post. Joreuz with a world-class play to bring the game back to a 1-goal difference. Nass still shooting a ton. He's still hoping to catch Joreuz pre-jumping, but it's just not happening again. And now Joreuz will reset on him to tie the game. I mean, it might be time for Nass to realise that you've probably got all you can from these ground shots. Joreuz is not pre-jumping. He's not reading air dribbles anymore. It's been too long since you've gone for any of these ground to air dribbles that were mainstays of his attack earlier in the series. Counter-attack from Joreuz. Going to bounce harmlessly into the corner. But what's Nass got planned? I mean, to say harmlessly, that's not a comfortable position to be in. Joreuz chases Nass up on the back corner. Nass gets away well. Joreuz just about got the ball on top of his car to flick it to safety. And here comes Nass with a sidewall air dribble. Pops it into the ceiling. Tries to shoot underneath Joreuz, who matches him. And now he's going to go up 4-3 here. Nass must be scratching his head, wondering where this defense has come from, because he's tried to shoot from distance. Joreuz sees it coming. He tries to shoot underneath Joreuz. Joreuz sees that one as well. It's not like Nass is lacking creativity in the setup. It's not like he's lacked the diversity in the setups either. Joreuz has just had his number to the tail end of this series. The defensive reads are there. Clinical offense absolutely there, plain to see. Nass with the air dribble bump attempt. Joreuz waits late, jumps late and pops it into the crossbar. Look at this, he's even got enough boost to comfortably defend with for now. Reverse sweep inches closer and closer. Just over a minute to go. Nass trying to keep an eye on Joreuz here. Joreuz sneaks in an early challenge. Looks like he's hit the post with the open net. He gives himself a close one in the quick chat. I mean, he's not wrong. And now here comes Nass. That's not a bad flick. We've got another tie game. Mistakes often go punished at this level. Joreuz caught napping, completely out of position. Nass puts it in from distance. Joreuz matching Nass's kickoffs through the tail end of this game. It was all Nass at the end of game 4. Now Joreuz in control. Nass almost got bumped into saving that, but Joreuz hop will go over him. And he's up by 1 again. Nass trying to do exactly what Joreuz did there. Sneaky challenge in as he hides behind the ball, but Joreuz knew something was up. As soon as Nass put his car behind the ball there, Joreuz popped it. Not once, but twice. It's not a complicated shot, but it's effective if your opponent's turning in no man's land. Nass looking to get control. Joreuz declines. It'll be mid-boost for Nass, but Joreuz wasting a lot of time here. And into the air goes Nass. Another air dribble bump attempt. This time Joreuz cleanly take the ball off the top of his head. 2 air dribble bump attempts have failed for Nass at the end of game 5. One of them, Joreuz, stayed low. The next one, he goes high. And that is how you defend against air double bumps, ladies and gentlemen. You don't try the same thing every time. You switch up your defensive strategy. High, low to the side, bumping the opponent back into the ball. There's so many different ways to defend. In and out saves. Joreuz showing a couple of strategies there. And he'll confirm the reverse sweep with one last save. Just don't think there's enough time for Nass. Wait, technically there is here. If he can hit this hard enough. Yes, he can. Okay, we've got a game still. I spoke too soon. Joreuz, I think, getting a bit complacent there. If he boomed that ball down the line, it was over. But now we've got a chance. Nass has to get this ball up into the air. Not an easy thing to do. Joreuz must be on the lookout for a delayed kickoff here. No, he's not, actually. He plays right into it, but it should still be fine. He rolled with the ball. He's got an advantage for himself. That much is undeniable. Such a tough position for Nass. Joreuz trips him up in the landing. Nass had a reset from the landing, but couldn't keep the ball in the air. It's going to be a 3-2 win for Joreuz. No revenge for Nass. Reverse sweep as well. Wait, does Nass speak Dutch? What is this? I didn't know he spoke Dutch at all. That's impressive. Oh, Moroccans speak Dutch. He's saying he's super good. You're so good, I swear. Aww. That's so nice to see. You're so good, I swear.